Well, welcome back. Today's agenda, we're going to start with our warm up. We're going to do some introductions. We are going over the norms and the rules and the expectations of this class. We're going to talk about human diversity and we're going to write a letter. Reminders, check your email daily or even multiple times a day. You can never check it enough. And then the learning target for today is that I can explain and describe variation among people and also within genetics. As welcome as you come in, get settled down, do your warm up, do your do now, and type in the three responses. Just click on it. First, uh, give me your name and your last name for attendance. And then for the second prompt, we're asking you where are you from and what's your heritage. We want to get to know you well. We're really curious to get to know our students for this next 20 days of class. And then for number three, tell us what's your thing, what's your hobby. Everybody has a thing. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite music? Do you like art? Do you like crafting? Do you work out? And you play a soccer? You play sports? Let us know. And let's start with mine. Now that we got to know you, we want to share about ourselves so you get to know us as well. And my name is Mr. Avila. I am from Chihuahua. This part right here on the map is this is from the top of Mexico, and I'm sure there's a few of you that you are familiar with this area. So I was born in Mexico. I came to the United States when I was 12 years old, and by the time I was like 13, 14, I learned English. And then to the right, who can tell me who this person is? He's this is a famous activist from back in the 60s. Yes, his name is Cesar Chavez, and one of his most famous quotes is "Yes, you can, sí se puede." And he's one of my heroes. He was a Chicano whose parents were immigrants, and he fought for his people, and he just had a really positive mindset, and that's something that I look up to him for. So that's one of my heroes, Cesar Chavez. Good. And then on the bottom, I have my family. I am married. I have four cats. I love my cats, and I am a cat dad. So for now, my turn for the icebreaker. My full name is Omar Avila Montañez, and I wanted to mention my last name because I do have two last names, and I'm very proud of it. And you should guys too. I know some of you have two last names, and it's part of our heritage. It's our culture, and it's something to be really proud of. It might be confusing for certain people that don't understand why, but having two last names, it's part of us. It's what makes us, and be proud of your second last name. And if it comes, and my other thing, I love Mexican culture. I love my culture. I love Chicano culture. We have an amazing food, and this is an amazing class. We have so many cultures, so much diversity in our classroom, and it's amazing. Multicultural are amazing. Another thing about me, I do like working out, and my favorite type of music is heavy metal. So, biology class expectations and procedures. So, this is biology class, and then Miss Ariana is your primary teacher, and I'll be your secondary teacher too. we both are gonna be working together, and we are gonna try our best for you to succeed. You could get a hold of her through her email. It's right there, and then her office hours are 11 to 11:45. And then the course websites, always go to Google Classrooms, and there will be a link for the Google Meet, and then that's where we're gonna meet every single day. Since this is the afternoon class, we are meeting at 12:30. So what we'll be learning in this class? Um, for the first session, we're gonna learn heritage, inheritance, and variation of traits, and evolution. We're gonna start with genetics. We're gonna learn about DNA, the functions of DNA, how we make a protein, and then mutations that come with that. And then we're gonna take all that knowledge or the genetic variation, and we're gonna apply it to evolution. Or online classroom expectations. Attendance, come to class, very important. Video cameras, breaks, chat windows, and our normal class norm and procedures. So right on we're gonna use an app called Jamboard, and go ahead and click on the Jamboard. We're gonna have 4 minutes, and let's go over what do you think should be the expectations for a virtual classroom. And then attendance will be taking the first 10 minutes of class, and then like I mentioned earlier, class starts at 12:30, and if you don't show up anytime during the 3-hour class, you will be marked absent in Infinite Campus. Video cameras strictly enforced. So video cameras are be expected to be turned on during some parts of the lectures. We want to see your beautiful faces. So when you see this icon with the camera on, please turn on your camera. Even if you don't want to show your face, you could just put it to your forehead, your ceiling. Just we just want to see that you are taking notes. And then, and there's some other times when the camera icon, you could turn off your camera. For example, when you do independent work, you are welcome to turn off your camera. And then speak up if you have any questions. Unmute yourself on the Google Meet and call out. We can raise your hand here. We're in a virtual classroom, but you could unmute yourself or write in the chat. So what if I have to use the restroom? What if I have to poop? Um, there will be plenty of time during the class, independent work time, breaks, and then if you want to step out, you can just write down in the chat. Be right back. BRB in the chat, and then let us know that you're stepping out. Please limit yourself to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is enough. Go grab a water, snack, or anything you need to do, and just let us know that you're back. Chat window. Only use the chat window in the Google Meets for class-related questions or comments. Other classroom norms and procedures. Use technology appropriately. Mute your, like I mentioned earlier, mute your microphone when others are talking. If you have any questions, you may unmute and ask, or type your questions on the video chat. And don't do crazy stuff in the video chat. Don't dance. Don't practice your TikTok moves. Don't sing. Yeah, that would be cool, but don't do it. This is still, it's weird as an online, but still a classroom, and we need to treat this as a classroom. Okay, great. You must be present. The expectation is that you are in a virtual classroom. willing, and ready to learn. Like I mentioned, yeah, this might not seem like a classroom. You may be in your bedroom, in your living room, but this is still the classroom. Be on time, be online in some of the formats for the 3 hour class, do your own work, make sure your absences are excused and stay at top of your makeup work. This class is fun, but it's also challenging. For the given time that everything is crunched up in 20 classes, and each class is 3 hours, it's gonna be very intense. It's gonna be a lot of material, a lot of content, standards that we need to cover. So if you miss class, you will get behind, which ultimately causes you to work more and sad tears. During this class, you're gonna be required to take some notes. Please have your notebook or your notebook paper, whichever you want, a pencil or a pen for this class. The content that will be highlighted in yellow during the slideshow are notes, and you are expected to write them down. So every class will start with the do now. So you come in, go to Google Classroom, click the link, get to the Google Meet. We will give you a Parrot Deck code, get to the Parrot Deck, get into the PowerPoint, and then there will be questions in the slideshow that you are expected to participate in. Assignments will be assigned and turned in via Google Classrooms, and check your grades and work frequently. We are using the 4 point scale grade, meaning if you get like a 3 to 4, 3.0 to 4.0, that's an A. 2.5 to 2.9, that will be a B. And then 2 to 2.5, C. And a 1 to a 2 will be a D. And anything below a 1 is an F. Work habits are 10% of your grade. And work habits are based on participation. Please participate, even if it's in the chat. Effort, come to class, and turn in your work. Very important. Don't leave it to the last minute. Do your work. Last I guess semester, last with the other rotation of the other students, we tried Friday tutoring, and it worked out really well. A lot of students liked it. They love the extra help. So I be providing some tutoring hours every Friday from 9 in the morning to noon, and then I'm having like a lunch hour, and then from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So every Friday at 9 in the morning, there will be a Google link for the tutoring. And also for like if you have any technology problems, if you can access certain programs, or if you just have any type of issues, reach out to me on Fridays. And then also very important, last for the last class before you guys, we tried some Spanish lectures. We have a lot of students who are bilingual and some who are learning English, and we were providing lectures in Spanish, and they work out really well. They use them a lot, so we're gonna keep providing those for whoever prefers to see the lecture in Spanish. So let's do a quiz over this Kahoot. There was a lot of information, and let me test you to see if you remember everything. And then see, we have a brain break. Let's take a 7 minute break. Okay, coming back. Uh, Name the most beautiful thing in the world. So click on the Jamboard, and you have 3 minutes. A lot of the answers were pretty good. They're all right, but for our purpose of our content of our class, this is the answer we were looking for. The most beautiful thing in the world is melanin, or skin color. So let's go to the new Jamboard. Click on the Jamboard, and then on page 1, write down how has melanin impacted your life? And then on page 2, write down how does melanin connect to genetic diversity. So you could use what is it? What is melanin? What does melanin mean to you? And where does it come from? Why are we different? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Write down what you think. You will have 4 minutes. And then, like I mentioned earlier, please take out a piece of paper, notebook, write down everything that is highlighted in yellow. Also, please, cameras on so we can see that you are taking notes. Thank you. Um, Taking notes. What is melanin? So turn on your camera and let's just see our beautiful faces in Google Meet. We all are unique. We all are different. Melanin is a natural skin pigment made from protein. We are gonna learn everything about proteins later. Hair, skin, eye color in people and animals mostly depends on the type of amount of melanin they have. Remember, melanin is a skin pigment that makes the color. So the special kin called melanocytes make melanin, as we could see in the picture. Melanocyte is a cell, and melanin is a pigment that makes the color of our skin. What's generic diversity? So melanin is a natural source of diversity in human population. Genetic diversity serves as the way of organisms to adapt to changing environments. With more variation, individuals in a population will have traits that are best used for the environment which they lived in. Melanin allow for humans living closer to the equator, such as Africa or Central America, to survive and pass down their characteristics to their children. So we'll be learning more about genetic diversity in the next 20 days. And then as you can see in the map here, you can see people who have darker skin color live closer to the equator because that's when the sun is hitting harder Earth. So you can see Central America, most likely South America, Central Africa, Indonesia, South Asia, all this area. That's and then we could like observe the population, show us that they have a higher content of melanin. And then, but if you go up north, like in Canada, UK, Russia, all up here, Alaska, there's less melanin. There's less of that pigment. They still have some, but it's less prominent because the UV lights are hitting less. Do I have melanin? Everybody has the same number of melanocytes, those special skin cells, but some people make more melanin than others. A little bit of melanin, your hair, your skin, and your iris of your eyes will be light. If you have more, your hair, your skin, and your eyes will be darker. The amount of melanin in your body makes depends on the genes you inherit from your parents. We also gonna learn about this. Something cool that I learned. Uh, if you notice, why do we, when we get older, why do we have gray hairs? Why would we get gray hair? The same thing, we are losing melanin. Remember, hair, skin, nails, it comes from the same place. It's made out of the same thing, meaning all of that contains melanin. Our hair does, and that's why when we get older, our skin gets wrinkled, freckles, and your hair color will be turning gray because we are losing melanin as we age. That's the aging process. Just a cool fact. How comfortable are you with Google Classroom? independent work time. You have 30 minutes and watch the video, answer the questions on Google Classroom handout. When finished, take a break. It's a cool video. And then here, there's a you go right there, Google Classroom, and then will be the first assignment, the science of skin color. Coming back, how does society treat melanin? Uh, so with everything we have witnessed this 2020, 2020 has been a crazy year. Uh, the pandemic hit us, COVID-19, police brutality, the fires now that we just experienced. 2020, it's been crazy. It's been really really crazy. And then as we saw, it's we have the protest in downtown all over the country, even all over the world, and this is huge. And this kind of reminds me back in the 60s, back when Martin Luther King was protesting as well, and with the Black Lives Matter and the civil rights movement. And it's important that we talked about these social issues that we are facing right now, all these inequalities that we're experiencing. And please write down in the Jamboard if you what's your experience. Have you seen anything? Did you saw the video of George Floyd being killed by the cop, of the protests, of the rioting, the looting, like everything that was going on? What do you think about it? Really, really tell us what's your opinion, what's your stand? And yeah, diversity, multicultural, like I said earlier with the introduction, diversity is something that we need to celebrate. And all these inequalities are just not good. So if anyone want to share a personal story or somebody that they know or anything that they have seen, yeah, you might think this is a science class, this is a biology class. Why are we talking about police brutality? Why are we talking about all these issues? We have it's all relevant to us. It's important to understand the science behind our skin color and how is that affecting all this racism that there is everywhere. And it's here, and we might not be able to fix the problem, but at least we're in step one when we are having this type of discussions. Remember, this is a safe spot. This classroom, you should feel safe. This is a place where you could feel safe. We could talk about these things. And yeah, thank you.